I am live. Good evening, everybody. All love today, all love every day. Thank you so much for joining. I appreciate it. You share. I got my settings on adults only, no children. Well, howdy. Nice to see you. Oh, it's just wonderful. I've been down and out with the dang flu the last couple of days. I went to the grocery store this morning. And I was talking to the cashier at the grocery store, and she said, "I'm on antibiotics. I'm all messed up too." And the guy that was at the next checkout over, he's like, "I've been out of work for 3 days. It seems like everybody in this town here has got the flu or strep throat or something going on." Robin's down and out. We've been laying around trying to recuperate all day. Yes, happy Valentine's to all, to everybody. Today's a wonderful day to tell somebody that you love them and appreciate them. Life's short, people. Life is really short, and we're up against a whole lot of hate. So we need to share a whole lot of love to cover up all that hate. I tear things apart in my mind. I really do. Sometimes I try to tear things apart in my mind too much. I was just watching the movie McClintock with John Wayne, famous movie. So I had to Google it because I never noticed this before, but his name in the movie was George McClintock, George Washington McClintock. So I Googled it, and when did that movie come out? November of 1963. You all know what happened in November of 63, right? Makes you start thinking. Makes me start thinking. Anyway, I wanted to come on here and tell everybody, they're so appreciated. Much love. Well, hello, Hildy from Havasu. Nice to see you on here. Oh, I'm glad you got it, Linda. Thank you so much for your support. It is so appreciated. So, yeah, anyway, me and Robin, we've been under the weather. We're probably not going to do anything. And I just made Robin a cup of coffee, and she feels like getting kick started. I took some. It's crazy, the phlegm and the hard to breathe and everything. But we'll see. We had already told each other we weren't going to do anything today anyway, because we're different. We survive a different way. Hi, Cynthia. I am trying to feel a little bit better. I really am. Robin's trying to feel a little bit better. But yeah, these last couple of days have been pretty rough with being down and out. Great news though. The historian tale is out and it's on Lulu, and my picture's on it. How good is that? That's as good as it gets, people. The historian tale, the amazing return of President Kennedy's son. Put that right in their face. Right in their face. I get hit with so much. People tell me what I should say, how I should say it, how I should act, what I should do. And it's all good, a lot of it. But I can't sugarcoat anything, people. I know everybody's got their opinions on Trump and Bobby. Well, I got my opinions too. And what was my opinion? And I hope it's all not true, but when I was sitting there crying at the Quigley's house in that corral with my head in the dirt and the shit, and it was the worst day I've ever had in my life because I thought all my loved ones had been unalived. Straight up. So when I see the President of the United States, my cousin, and I see he nominated my other cousin, Bobby, you think those two even know that they were cousins? Or you think they're just Hollywood actors? And they're making me year after year share my story. Hey, I'm your freaking cousin. That guy George Onassis that you hung out with, that you were best buddies with, had no fucking Kennedy blood, had none of your blood in him. It was organized crime, mafia, takeover of our families. If they were here, I would slap the fuck out of them straight up and say, are you awake? Do you realize that, man, you had your arm around and you were doing that TV interview and you were saying how best buddies you are with George Onassis, John, Mr. Pretty Boy, how much you loved him and cared about him? Probably murdered your loved ones. Straight up. And what am I supposed to do when somebody says, well, you shouldn't badmouth Bobby. You shouldn't badmouth Trump. Okay, so no more bad mouthing. Just straight up truth. No sugarcoating. You can Google. You can Google it yourself. You can see pictures of it yourself. I'm exposing my identity we've stolen. I had to live in freaking hiding. I had to live in hiding, people, to stay alive with all the attempts on my freaking life. Just to stay alive. Not having the plans on Sunday sharing this to the world that, hey, they kidnapped me, they tortured me, they beat me, they told me I could never share this story with anybody or I would be killed, and the people that I did share it with would be killed also. Well, guess what? There's literally thousands of you out there now, and you ain't dying. It's not an easy life. It's not an easy life, but then when you see him become president of the United States, I'm scratching my fucking head, people. Are you scratching yours? When you see a picture of Donald Trump and George Onassis, and who am I saying George Onassis is? He's the man that the cabal, the mafia, put in place. It's a mafia war. I hope you're scratching your fucking head as bad as I'm scratching mine, because it's still going on. And then you get people saying, oh, the good guys are in fucking charge. The white hats are running the fucking show. QAnon saying, just go with the program. I went with the fucking program for 50 fucking years. They promised me this. They promised me that. Now I'm 64 years old. How much longer is my life expectancy? How much longer is my life expectancy for me to live? They stalled me my whole freaking life. They wanted me dead. They never wanted this story out. People say, oh, you were on the plane. You're damn right I was on that plane. They wanted us all dead in the water. They wanted George dead. They wanted his wife dead. Why? Because they didn't want this story ever coming out. Well, guess what? Huge achievement last year, people. And they're hindering it. They're blocking it. This should be the biggest freaking story of the century on Fox fucking News. Sean Hannity should have this book right here in his fucking hand. You all know who Sean fucking Hannity is, right? He's the little kid in the pictures that I'm sharing I went to school with. Sean Hannity of Fox fucking News was my schoolmate. I talked with him, and he knows the fucking truth. But guess what? He's taking billions of dollars. Why don't you just Google, see how much Sean Hannity makes every year sitting in front of the cameras at Fox fucking News to tell you how great Donald fucking Trump is. Hello? He knows my story. You think he's ever going to hold this book up and say, I got this $1 million mansion. I got that $1 million mansion. I know the story, but look at little fucking John Kennedy Jr. We fucked him up his whole life. He's living in a fucking old abandoned trailer. He's trying to fix it up. We stole his father's billions. We stole his stepfather's billions. Hello? That's my story. I hope you all are sharing my story because it doesn't affect me. It affects you too. It really does. Because that's the media that we're all brainwashed listening to. I had a freaky thing happen too. Oh, shit, you not. It was raining here last night. I was like, Robin, it's raining. That's pretty cool. We need the rain. We haven't had rain all winter, I don't think. She's like, yeah, we had it once around Christmas. But the power flickered. And I was like, oh, wow. And I always have these old movies on. I will not watch the fucking local news. I won't do it. I won't watch all this mainstream media. Why? Because it's like cancer in my head. It pisses me off. So I turn the channel. So I put on these old time movies. But anyway, I was watching some old movie from like I don't remember what. I think it was pre-World War II. 1940 or something. But anyway, it was an old movie. And the power flickered a little bit. And I went back to look at my movie. It was upside down. My movie was freaking upside down. Just like if I grabbed my computer monitor and turned it upside down, I know on your phone, it automatically flips back and forth. But the shit was playing on my big screen TV right here, upside down. I said, Robin, come here. Have you ever freaking seen anything like that? The whole picture was upside down. She's like, no, that's freaking weird. So she flicked the channel. She turned the channel. And guess what? The next channel was upside down too. She said, well, I'll fix it in settings. So she went to the settings app. And even the settings was upside down. And I was like, that's just like our life, Robin. Everything's fucking flipped upside down. So I said, don't bother with all that. Just turn off the TV and turn it back on. So she clicked off the TV and we waited a couple minutes and turned it back on. And guess what? It was all right side up again. Crazy, crazy, crazy. Oh, let's see here. I'll read a couple of comments. I'm fed up. Here now they. Oh, John. Please remember, you did Jack call you Johnny. He never called me John to my knowledge. He might have called me Johnny boy. But our Secret Service called John because he was the double of me. They started calling him that when they put him in place right in front of me in school, in our classroom. Wake up, John. Do you remember me? What is in that safe? Do you remember? Wayburn, do you remember me? Tanya, I'm not sure. You can email me, though, so you don't have to make it all public if you want. My email is JRONE @gmail.com. Yeah, I wear mine too all the time. I put on a new one, a black one, the other day. I love these pendants. I really, really do. Call them out. Call them all out. Let's make this. Let's make the bullshit right. let's make them held accountable for all the lies that they put out there. Ears don't lie. There's so much proof. So much proof. I love the haters' comments. I don't get a lot of them anymore, but I get some. And they say I'm just a scammer. I'm a fucking con artist. I'm just in it for the fucking money. Tell you what, if I was a con artist, if I was a scammer, if I was a thief, I'm a very intelligent man. I would be so fucking rich, but I have a heart of gold, and I'm not rich. But I'm not a scammer, and I'm not a con. I'm not saying I'm somebody that I'm not. I will be held accountable, hopefully in a court of law, hopefully in the Senate and Congress and every other thing in the fucking hill, because I'm demanding my fucking name back. There's so many pieces to the puzzle. Like I've said, I don't have a real birth certificate. My birth certificate's a forgery, people. My real birth certificate is in the JFK library in the family fucking Bible. Mine, along with fucking millions and millions and millions of other dollars worth of my things. But they make it fucking impossible to do things because they're at the top and they've kept me in poverty at the freaking bottom. That's why I'm asking everybody to help me. Let's make a change. Right here, The Historian's Tale, The Amazing Return of President Kennedy's Son. Help me make this book number freaking 1. Please. Let's get the truth out. Let's get the freaking truth out right here. This is a wake-up book right here. If you read this book, you'll know what my life was all about, what I had to do to survive, to make this day happen so you can hear my story today. And a lot of it ain't in there, people. A lot of it's not in there. And you are so very much appreciated for sharing. You really, really are. I can't do it myself. I was doing lives. I thought I was dying, people, seriously, straight up. I was dying, seriously, straight up. So I was on Facebook and I was making video after video after video to record my book. Because I can't write. I was tortured. I can't spell. I was tortured and abused and kicked half to death not to be able to share my story with you. So I needed help. Jackie Goldman helped me write this one. The wonderful Mary Maxwell helped me write this one. We need more of these. We need a lot more of these. We really do. We spent a lot of money this month to get more of these to get out to the people. I even see Robin on there. The Happy Jalapeno. Hello, all. Hello. And there's my brother Henry. Hey. Henry just sent me a wonderful video, and I just posted it on Facebook and YouTube. And it shows, so much proof in just a few minute video of George and Maria Callas and Aristotle Onassis' son. But yeah, I was thinking, I watched these old movies. Like I said, I was watching McClintock from 1963 and John Wayne, and I had to Google it. What year did it come out? It came out the same year, the same month, the same year and the same month that my father was executed. The cabal loves doing weird shit like that, trust me. Not that they're doing it, but anyway, it's always something to think about. You can think about so many freaking things and just check them off or not check them off. Store them in your mind. Your mind is freaking huge. That's what I've always done. But yeah, McClintock John Wayne came out the same month and the same year my father was assassinated. Kind of a little trippy there, especially when John Wayne's name was George. And who stole my identity? George. And even, you know, when George came out with his magazine wanting the whole world to know his real name, and it was probably over a bet or something like that. That's how the cabal worked. I'll bet you. It's one of the sayings I heard over and over and over again my whole life. I'll bet you. Well, George said his book was named after George Washington. And what was John Wayne's name in the movie McClintock? George Washington. Now, was there any mob ties with, sharing information with John Wayne coming out with his movie the same month that my father was assassinated? I don't know. I might probably never know. Probably never pay it any more attention than just now and me sharing this video. But I just found it out just now. I find something out all the time, every day. Something new. Something new, people. I asked Jackie Goldman, I said, hey, are you ready? I said, Donald Trump's supposed to be releasing the JFK files, the files on my father. I'm releasing them each and every day. But I said, are you ready to write Stolen Identity 2? Now is a wonderful time to get some more truth out. And I think she's putting it off. I don't think she wants to put out Stolen Identity 2, probably because she got so much flack for Stolen Identity 1 from all the haters. We have many enemies and all the blah, 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 blah. But it's huge. Stolen Identity 2. I told Jackie, this book isn't done. This book is not freaking done. This book isn't done either. It's a wonderful wake up. This is a wonderful wake up. But Stolen Identity 2 is still being fucking written. There's the part. What's going to be in Stolen Identity 2? The big one is the death of my son. 6 months after this book came out, I lost my son. How about that my book finding out that my birth certificate is a fake? I lived my life with a fake piece of paper my whole entire life. And David Quigley probably didn't even exist. I always wondered what happened to the real David Quigley for me to have his birth certificate. Well, what if Max Quigley just sit there with his little Secret Service forgery tools and made me one, and then took that birth certificate to the Social Security office when I was a kid and got me a number. And then when I was a little older, I got my driver's license with all that fake ass information. Hello? And how about writing the U.S. Marshal's office and saying, hey, I want my name back. If I was ever put in the witness protection program under the United States Marshal Service, why don't you release the files to me? Let's make some shit right. For them just to send the letter back and not even sign for it. This thing is huge, people. My story is huge. Stolen Identity 2. It's going to be freaking huge. It's going to be this year, hopefully, that we break the chains of our bondage, that we wake up to all their lies, all their freaking deception, what they've done to me. They made my father the president of the United States. What did my father do? He looked around and he looked at all these 3-letter agencies, the CIA, and he said, you motherfuckers are fucked up. You can't go on. You don't care about human lives. All you care about is the mighty fucking dollar and your little secret cults. That's what my father said. They unalived him. Then they unalived my uncle. Then they unalived my mother and my mother's side of the family and my father's side of the family. And how did they do it? With identity theft. You think Ted fucking Kennedy was the real Ted Kennedy? Or you think he was a Russian fucking spy? You know, these plastic surgeons working with the dentists, they can make you spot on. You remember that cartoon Spy versus Spy? And this reminds me of the white hats and black hats, because I didn't know what these freaking people were talking about. Oh, he's a white hat, he's a black hat. Let's talk about old fucking time cartoons, and maybe John Kennedy Jr. will understand it. You got the white crow and you got the black crow, and it's called Spy versus Spy. One's supposed to be good, one's supposed to be bad. I don't even know. I haven't seen that cartoon in freaking years. But that's how our Secret Service is. You don't know which one's good and which one's bad, because the good ones are stabbing you in the back and the bad ones are, how about they're all fucking bad, people? Maybe that's the way I just need to start looking at it. But guess what? They all tell the president where to go, when to go, how to go, and what the fuck to do. Hello? You think your vote matters? Oh, you got Biden, he's a dumbass. Oh, you got Trump, he's a good guy. You got the Secret Service. And guess what? Secret Service is telling them all what the fuck to do. Who's our president? Donald Trump or our Secret Service, people? If you got Donald Trump sitting there like a little fucking puppet, and you got the Secret Service standing in the background saying, hold her hand. No, don't hold her hand. Do this. You're going to go here tomorrow. No, you're going to go there tomorrow. Who the fuck is running this country? With that said, God bless you all. Hope you have a wonderful, blessed, love day. That's something to think about, people. Share my story. Let's get it world. It's time we took our fucking country back. Peace.